Hey guys, how you doing? Robert Blackman, president of Fleece Cafe. I'm going to do a little bit of training today on what it really takes to have network marketing success. There's so many ways, it reminds me of the old Paul Simon song, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. There's 50 ways to build your network marketing business today. When I got into it 40 years ago, there was just one way, and that was meetings, one-on-ones. Drove everybody to a hotel room, which worked, still works today, because distributors would bring prospects, and the person in front of the room was somebody that I had already had success. So you didn't feel like when you were talking to someone yourself, the question always comes up, well, how are you doing in it? How long have you been in? Well, I've been in for 2 years and I haven't made any money. So you would take someone to the meeting, which is what we call in marketing and business a third-party endorsement. And that was you pointing, okay? And I'm going to talk, one of my next trainings is going to be on whether you want to be the message or the messenger. And this kind of plays a little bit into that, but we'll cover that in another training. But the beautiful thing about meetings was that you could point. Yeah, there's John up there. He's a triple diamond. He's got 10,000 people in his group. Rumor is his check is 25, 30, 40,000. All that stuff goes on behind the scenes. So why don't you come watch John? He's coming in from out of town, or he lives in town, or he flew in, or whatever. It didn't matter. It's just that John was showing the plan. John had credibility. After the meeting, you would take your prospect up to meet John. And then you would go to the back of the room, or you'd go somewhere, or even in your car outside. So, we always had kits. It was $150 for us to get into our business. It was a kit. We always had 3 or 4 kits in our trunk of our car. So that worked, and it still works today. So if there's 50 ways to build your business now instead of one, how do you make sure you're successful today, Robert, in the age of the internet? Well, I brought it down to the 2 C's. And I want you to start guessing as I'm talking here, what you think the 2 C's are to be successful. After 40 years in the business and president of 2 network marketing companies that are still going, I've kind of got an insight on what it really takes to make money in network marketing. The first one is what most people are avoiding today, and it's called, you bet, conversation. And I want to say conversations, plural. You got to have some conversations, and I'm just going to give you a case in point for me. The last 24 hours, I've talked to 14 people on the phone. That were either prospects or they were what we call cafe connector at Fleece Cafe. And those 3 people I probably spent 15 minutes on the phone with that bought. And all 3 of them bought over $100 worth of stuff. One of them, I took their order over the phone because they said, look, I'm getting ready to go back into work. Can I just give you my credit card? I go, sure. So I had conversations with about 12, 13, 14 people in the last 24 hours. Today's Saturday afternoon. So from a Friday morning to about to a Saturday morning, talked to that many people. Now, I didn't talk to all of them on the phone. I talked to them on text on my phone. I talked to them on inbox, on messengers, online, on my Facebook wall, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger. So they're conversations. But most internet marketers or younger people, I'm 57 years old, so I'm old school. I'm a baby boomer. I grew up in the early 70s in network marketing, where people came over to your house, did plans, or you went to a meeting. People would hand deliver product and you'd write them out a check on the spot. Okay, a lot of things have came forward and advanced in technology to help up the speed for you to go out and make money. There's never been a better time to build your network marketing business, and there's never been a worse time to build your network marketing business. What's the old saying? It was the best of times and it was the worst of times, or worst of times and best of times. And it's because of the 50 ways. There's confusion. There's so much confusion on how to build your network marketing business. And there's so much confusion about how long it should take. I was watching last night with Sherry. We were watching the Hall of Fame for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I forgot which band it was they were talking about, but it was the guitar player from Queen. I think they were talking about Roxy Music, and they were talking about Roxy Music had contacted Queen and said, look, what's it really going to take to be successful in this business? And he said, which was really hilarious, he goes, number one, don't get fat. Number two, don't lose your hair. And number three, don't quit the band. Okay, so don't quit your network marketing business. Obviously, you can lose your hair in network marketing and be successful, which we are. I haven't gotten fat, but if I was, I could still work it. But here's one thing you got to do. You can't quit the band. You can't quit the company. I find so many people quitting. Matter of fact, I had another epiphany when we did about a 6-7 month pre-launch for Felice Cafe. People were just calling me, and leaders and great people, and pre-enrolling 50, 60 people. And we launched in November after kind of pre-launching for 6 or 7 months, and poof, those people are gone. They won't even return a phone call. They won't reply to an email, and they won't even read a text. Social media, they've either unfriended me or they're ignoring me on social media, and that's fine. But that's the part of it. They quit the band when things got a little tough because things weren't happening fast enough. They weren't willing to wait for the jet to take off. Okay, so they're into other things now. Don't quit the company. Unless it's just detrimental to your wealth, don't do it. Don't quit it. The biggest reason why most people, if you'll talk to most successful leaders in network marketing and you say, look, what was your real key? You're $1 million a year earner. You're a $500,000 a year earner. What's the key? And if you talk to someone who's in a company that's in 10 years or older, and you can find them on dsa.org, you can find them online, and you say, hey, what was the real key? And they'll kind of look around, and if they're talking to you in person, they go, well, when everybody else quit, I stayed around and everyone rolled up. And people came out of the woodwork when they found out that I stayed. People who had been inactive for years or months. People who swore they would never join this company again. People said that network marketing was a scam on their way out the door. They're back. They're some of my biggest legs now. Guys, you got to understand the psychology of this business. It's easy come, easy go. People leave the band every day, but they expect to get royalties off that one song that they participated in, right? So, back to the 2 C's. You got to have conversations. And if there's 50 ways to build the business, then there's 50 ways for you to have conversations with people. You got to talk to people. 3 out of the 12 people I talked to bought over $100. The other 9 are waiting for the first of the month of February. Right now, I think it's the 24th or 25th of January. And it's great when you're so busy building the business, you don't even know what day of the month it is because your activity is so high. And the other ones, I talked to 13. I got 3 orders. There's 10 left. Out of those 10, 5 of those people have said, look, I'm going to order when? My next paycheck. When's their next paycheck? It's on the 1st. So you know what I did to those 5 people? I said, look, let me send you a sample in the mail. Send it on a little cafe card here. This is what's great. And if you're not in our company, get in it. And if you don't get into our company, get a sample. We got a cafe card. Tells them what it does, tells them what's in it on the back, our contact information on it. Little sample here that they can take the coffee and boom. So those 5 people that are waiting for their paycheck, out of those 5, if I did nothing, if I just stopped the conversation, after I trusted that they were going to come in on the 1st, what do you think is going to happen out of those 5? What's your guess out of those 5 that's going to order? How about 1 out of 5, about 20%? But what if I go above and beyond and I send them a sample and I don't even tell them that it's coming? What's going to happen? I'm going to get 4 out of 5 because I'm going to send the sample and then I'm going to wait until the 1st. I've got it written down on my planner. Call these 5 people. Sample mailed. I mailed the samples today. I'm going to get probably 2 out of those 4. They're going to call me and say, Robert, I got the sample. Hey, man, and it's going to be before the 1st. And they're going to go, look, I got a credit card. What's it cost? I go $59.95 or $119.90. They'll look, or we got kits at $199. Yeah, let's do the $199. Let's do the $59.95. I'll go ahead and get started. So see, money is always used as an excuse to not join. Why don't they join? Because they don't know the game plan. You have not laid out for them, once they join, what they're going to do. They're afraid that once they join with you, here's 2 things that are going to happen. And this is why you have conversations with people, okay? Here's the 2 things that are going to happen to the psychology. You got to remember, I'm mostly a network marketing psychiatrist and psychologist all into one after 40 years. Because I know the psyche of what goes on, because I've been a distributor and I probably have had, gosh, Sherry and I talked the other day about 200,000 people, at least 100,000 people, but probably 200,000 people in the last 40 years that have quit my program. Almost 250,000 people have come into my organizations and they're gone. Either into another network marketing program or they're out of the business altogether. So through that, talking to people in person, conversations, how do I learn this business? How do I learn what people are thinking? I have conversations with them. And again, it's not belly to belly all the time. Sure, it can be that. It can be on the phone. It can be texting. I tell you right now, tonight, by 11 o'clock tonight, I'll be in the bed, Sharon, I'll be watching a movie, and bling, my phone will be ringing up, and it'll be a prospect. And we'll be texting. She goes, who's that? And I'll say, well, that's Joe Blow, and he's asking questions about the business. I'm having a conversation at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night while I'm watching a movie. How hard is that? If you're not willing to answer a question at 11 o'clock on Saturday night while you're watching a movie, you need to question your commitment to getting a full-time income in this business. It's not working 24/7. It's just being available 24/7. And I always tell everybody, what's the best or what's the worst time to contact me? When I don't answer, because I'm busy. But I'm always answering. I'm always having conversations. So I got 5 people that are in limbo that I know they're going to order, 10 total in limbo. I'm going to get probably out of those 13 conversations, I'm going to get 8 orders. 8 orders out of 13 conversations. Isn't that great? So here's the deal. If you want to make more money, what should you do more of? There's some more conversations. More conversations. Okay, so mail a sample to people that don't think it's coming. People will tell you, I'm going to order on the 1st or the 15th, or I'll get back to you, got to talk to my wife or my husband, or I'm going to school right now, it's just too busy, sounds great. It doesn't matter. Anytime I get a no during a conversation, I'll say, well, great, hey, why don't you give me your address and I'll send you some information while you're waiting to make a decision. Is that okay? I'll drop something in the mail to you. Is that cool? I go, great. I never get anybody to tell me, no, I don't want you to mail me any information. And if they do, I'll go, look, well, I'm going to mail you a sample. Is that all right? Sample of our coffee, just so whenever you get a chance. Well, I don't drink coffee. That's okay. Can I mail you a sample? Do you know anybody at work that drinks coffee? Well, yeah, we'll just put it in the break room. Put your name on it, or don't put your name on it. See what happens. Give it to a family member, a friend, a neighbor. that you know drinks coffee, okay? I know they know someone because over 400 million cups of coffee are drank every day, all right? Conversations, first C. What's the second C, you think? In today's environment of 50 ways to build your business. Connections. Those are the two C's, conversations and connections. So what do I mean by connections? By the way, a commercial interruption, $59.95 for a bag of our coffee. And if you haven't already picked up a copy of our book, Sherry and I have written, if network marketing is a game, these are the rules. You can read it in one night, almost a couple hundred pages, 7 rules that you need to follow if you want to build a business. We'll autograph it. We'll set the links below. You can get a copy of that. Or you can go to Amazon. It's on Amazon. All right. Connections. What do I mean by connections? I talk to so many younger people today. All different generational type of people from 20. I've got kids that are 8 to 24. I got an 8-year-old. I got a 15. I got a 17, 22, and a 24. So I kind of connect with the younger generation because we have those type of kids and we know what they think. I've brought them into the coffee. They've seen the presentations. They've seen the website. And I go, what would make you want to join? And all of them have said, just, get an app or, get it on the cell phone, Dad, where you got to text me, where you just say, hey, I'd like to send you a sample. Let me try your coffee. We needed to study late at night. I got to cram for an exam. I've been up since 6 and I'm going to go to the football game tonight. I'll drink it, put it in my hot cocoa. I drink it at the football game to stay awake or whatever, going to a dance, whatever. So in today's environment, what my older kids don't want to do is they really don't want to have conversations down at a coffee shop and showing the plan. They really don't want to do one-on-ones at the home. They really don't want to go to a hotel meeting. They really don't want to sit on a Zoom call for an hour and listen to you talk about how great you are and a couple of people laughing that are making $100,000 a year and everybody else is sitting there on the call saying, well, when are you going to tell me what I really can do? Because I don't even have money for the product, but I'm broke but I'm interested. So it's a fast track. So connections. If you're someone that's a connector, that you are quick and you have a lot of connections out there, have a couple of conversations with them as you connect with them and try to find people who are network marketers to go build your business. Get people front line to you. If you're in a binary, get people built up underneath each other that are people that like conversations. Make the connection with conversations, with people that do conversations. Connect with people who make conversations. Connect with people like me. Connect with older people, the baby boomer people. We all like to talk. Okay, we like to talk it out. We like to connect, right? So the 2 C's, network marketing success today is every single day I wake up, I have conversations with people that turn into cash. That's the 3rd C. If you have conversations and you make connections, it's going to make you cash. It is. But if you're sitting back and you're waiting for something to happen, it'll never happen. If you're e-broadcasting, if you're just running ads and throwing it to a funnel, and you're wanting the funnel to do everything, then that's going to take a while. That's going to take some money on your part. That's going to take some patience on your part. Because if everybody just gets in and nobody has any conversations, they quit. Because they don't know what to do. They don't have a game plan. Look for my game plan video that we have. There's a short version that's 10 minutes. There's a long version that's 48 minutes. That's the game plan. The reason why people don't join is because they don't have a game plan. All of these 13 people, well, even the 3 that ordered, I sent them the game plan. But the other 10, guess what I've done? While they're waiting for the first, and I know some of them are just getting me off the phone or getting me off text. So, yeah, Robert, that sounds great. I'll get that on the next payday. I got to go. Well, I know they're blowing me off. So I send them a video from our blog, and you go to fleececafe.com/blog and you can see all the videos. I send them a direct link to the long version and the short version. And I go, hey, while you're waiting on the first, I just thought I'd give you what our game plan is. Once you come in, what's the game plan? What can help you? There's a 10-minute version and there's a 48-minute version. Let's talk to you on the first. So what's going to happen? They're going to call back. They're going to text back and they're going to go, Robert, I've watched your video and I've got some questions. That could be texting. That can be talking. That can be one of the 50 ways to build your business on the internet, to connect. But I'm sending a sample. I'm sending a video to people that either say no or not right now or maybe. All those people that are hanging on the edge, they're just right there and you're just hoping and praying that they'll come over. What is success in network marketing? It's making a sale. This is sales. It's a form of sales. It is the best business model I've ever seen in my life. And I've owned a couple of traditional businesses, which were printing. One was retail, one was wholesale. And I've been in network marketing for 40 years. I've been a consultant to about 8 different network marketing presidents. One was a billionaire that was in the restaurant business. You'd know him if I'd mentioned his name. Others were scientists that were multimillionaires that were trying to take their products to the business or to our business model. So I was able to go in as a startup and help them start up from A to Z, the comp plan, software, labeling, pricing, bottling, CV points, all that stuff that you have to do. When you look at a company, you think it's so easy to start, and it's not. So after all these years, Sherry and I have decided, look, we're no longer going to be a distributor, and we're no longer going to be consultants. If what we know and what we teach is so great, why don't we just go start our own company and do it ourselves? Well, we have, because we know the business. Get our book and read it, and you'll go, oh my gosh, this is so simple, but it's so brilliant. You have to have a game plan for your people. So I'm having conversations with people that I've connected with online. We have a lead program called ProfitLeads.com. We call people every day and leave messages. We send them a text. We send them an email. It's an automated system where we can dial and talk to 50 people or call 50 people in 50 minutes. We'll talk to about 20. And we'll set appointments with about 5 or 10 out of those 50 people, and we have conversations with them. Not everybody joins. I mean, if somebody joins the first time I have a conversation with them, I know that's trouble. They're gone. Those would be the first people to quit because they made a snap decision. They're not emotionally and intellectually involved in the opportunity or in the product as a customer. They're making a snap decision. It's like asking a blind date to marry you before you even went on the blind date. That's pretty much what people do who they are if they sign up on the first conversation. So you have to stop fighting that. And I find prospects, I find people that are competitors that talk to me, friends that are in other programs. I find our prospects at Felice Cafe and Profit Leads. I find our customers in those companies, and I find our connectors that they're fighting talking to people. I just don't know what to say. I'm calling them and my hand's shaking and I'm hoping it goes to voicemail. Why? Because they don't know how to start a conversation about network marketing, about their product, their service, and the profession. Get our book and you'll get some scripts. Join our company and you'll get some scripts. You'll get a game plan. I have a 48-minute detailed game plan video that anybody can watch. If you don't ever join Felice Cafe, that's awesome. Plug into our blog. Learn the business from somebody that's been in it for 40 years, and Sherry's been in it for 22 years. 62 years of combined experience. Sherry's over there talking on the phone to women. I'm talking on the phone to guys. And I'm hearing, and she's hearing, and over dinner, while we're having breakfast, taking the kids to school, waiting on the soccer game to start, she's going to say, I talked to this lady from Wisconsin, and here's what she said, boom, boom, boom. And I go, what'd you say? And she goes, I said this, and it didn't work. Oh, and I said this, and it did work. Or I said this, I didn't think it worked. And she texts me back the next day, say, yeah, I think I talked to my husband, we're going to go ahead and do it. We tried the sample, it works. Thank you for sending the sample. My husband saw your book. Great. You don't have to have a book, but guess what? You're on our team. You can use our book as credibility. Hey, the owners of our company they've written a book. Get it. And you can make a commission off that. Isn't that cool? So anyway, conversations. Stop being afraid of talking to people. And if you don't know what to say, get our book. Or if you don't want to buy the book, go watch the 48-minute training for free on our blog, felicecafe.com/blog. That will give you the game plan to have a conversation to people that you connect with. The 2 C's, they're a circle, okay? Fill in the C, but that's why I circled them. They're circles. It's a conversation, connecting. Every single day, Sherry's going, well, who'd you have a conversation with today? What type of connections, new connections did you make? Well, I connected with some people. And that doesn't even mean I've talked to them yet. I've connected with them. And I've pointed them. Point. People are afraid that conversations mean that you're going to have to show the plan. Don't. Point to a video that shows the plan. Hey, it'll take me an hour. Well, just watch the video. It's 10 minutes. It's the plan. We have our compensation plan, which has a fast start to it. It has a residual. It has a generational bonus, and it has a leadership bonus. So we have 4 different ways that you make money with us, and none of my reps have to know what the comp plan is. I've made 4 separate videos for that, and I've given them a PDF. So if somebody wants to know how do you get paid, say, hey, just go to the blog. Go to my website and watch the president of the company show the plan for me. That's the form of a hotel meeting. Do you know at hotel meetings, we had a 50% closing rate? If we had 2 prospects there, one of them would join. We had 10, 5 would join. It was 50, all 50 or above. If I could meet with somebody one-on-one and I could draw out the plan, or I could have someone draw out the plan or do a slideshow, a PowerPoint at the meeting, 50%. If you do internet only, you know what the average order is for the internet only? 1.5%. 1.5%. 1.5%. So that means if you have 100 visitors, how many do you sign up? 1.5 people. Right? Not 15, 1.5. So if you had 1,000 visitors, you'd sign up 15 people to your organization. Now here's the deal about online only. How much is it going to cost you to get 1,000 visitors to your website? It's number 1. Number 2, out of those 15 people, how much money did you make? So on that transaction of 1,000 visitors or opt-ins, what did that cost you? And what did you make? And it's okay to lose money on those 15 people on the first order. This whole nother training we're going to do. It's okay to lose money. But what are those 15 people doing? Can they duplicate driving 1,000 visitors that opt in? I'm not talking about 1,000 clicks or views or visits. I'm talking about I've opted in, 1,000 opt-ins. Can they? Because you got to get an opt-in before you get someone to make a decision, right? To watch your website, unless you're just sending them 1,000 people directly to watch your video. That number is even lower, okay? So those 15 people, can they duplicate sending 1,000 visitors or getting 1,000 opt-ins to your website? Answer is no. They're not doing it. Maybe 1 or 2 will do it, but they're not doing it. Network marketing businesses are not built with your mouth closed, with not talking to anybody, with not connecting. If that was the case, if the only thing that had to be done in network marketing was to create a funnel and a shopping cart and a merchant account and a warehouse and a manufacturer. Why would the companies need you? Why would Sherry and I, as president and CEO of Fleece Cafe, even do network marketing if that's all it took? We'd just have funnels running left and right. We'd have an ad budget of $50,000 a month and take in $60,000, $70,000 a month or $100,000 a month. But that's a job. And customers don't stay on auto ship forever, do they? Till they die. I mean, I'm 57. I'm not on auto ship from the first program I joined when I was 17. Are you? Are you on auto ship from the first program you joined? No, probably not. So you have to replace people. And if you want to be able to have some time freedom, then you've got to show the plan through conversations and connections to repeat. We had, let me give you a percentage. We had a free pre-enrollee system for Fleece Cafe. And we probably, what is that percentage of, we probably had 10, 20% of the people that converted, that bought. So for every 1,000 people that we had that pre-enrolled, 200 ordered. That means 800 people. I mean, think about what it takes to get 800 people to a website to pre-enroll, to opt in. 80% said no. And 90 days later here almost, those 800 have still said no. But guess what those 20% are doing? They're duplicating. They followed our game plan that we have. It's a $4.95 sample. They're getting people that are trying the product first before they join. And people are calling them and saying, hey, I got the coffee. We love it. How do we order more? And those people are, well, let me get back to you. Or they're on instant message and they're instant messaging me or sharing and go, I got somebody who wants to order. What do I do now? Okay, that's a great feeling. That's a great, that's when you know you've got something. That's the system. So anyway, remember the 2 C's today. It's consistently been something that's allowed Sherry and I to become successful in network marketing, regardless of what program we've been in over the last combined 62 years, regardless of the product, the price point, the pay plan, the upline, the company owners, the product label. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a system, okay? And it's a funnel, but it's a funnel that you got to get involved with. Because when you get involved with other people, guess what? They get to know, like, and trust you. And they get to know, like, and trust the company that you're in. They get to know, like, and trust the product or service you represent. And they get to know, like, and trust the profession. And they get to know, like, and trust the pay plan. Get them a check the first 90 days. You get somebody a check the first 90 days, they stay in. Our samples, which have product on it, not really samples, they're cafe cards with a product attached to it, are commissionable. It's 2.5 CV. But guess what? They're making a commission. People are excited when they're making a 40% fast start on a $2.50 CV on a $4.95 sale. Because they get a notice, they get a check in the mail. Once it gets $10, they go, wow, I did it. I did it. I'm getting people calling me up, Robert, it's the first time I ever made a check in 10 years in network marketing. Thank you. It's a $10, $15, $20 check. Have conversations, have connections, understand, remember what I said with my conversations, the people that told me no, slipped something in the mail. Hey, yeah, that's right. That's great. While you're thinking about it, or, can I have your address? I'd like to drop some stuff in the mail to you. Well, what are you going to send me? Well, I can send you some information about our company. Okay, great. I try not to tell them I'm sending them a cafe card because I want it to be a surprise. I want them to walk down to the mailbox, which you and I do every single day. And because you don't go to your mailbox, open it up and turn your head and walk all the way in the house, turn your head again and throw it in the trash, do you? But you'll do that with texts, you'll do that with voicemails, and you'll do that with emails, won't you? You just ignore them, delete them. right? Do you read every single one of your emails? No. Do you listen to every one of your voicemails? No. Do you read every single one of your texts? Well, that's probably the one you read the most of. So I want someone to walk down to the mailbox and I want them to go, Police Cafe. I talked to that guy, told him I wasn't interested. They come inside and they open it up and they get a letter from Sherry and I. They go, hey, we'd like to send you, and they see a sample of our product on a cafe card. Front of the card, they see what it does. The back, hey, honey, look what I got. Well, in the morning, we'll give that a try. They try the coffee. They're happy. They're happy. They're excited because somebody sent them something and they surprised them, right? So if you want to convert people like we do what we do. Be a student. Stop being afraid of conversation. Stop being afraid of being proactive. Get a game plan. When you got a game plan, you're confident, right? You got a game plan at work. I'm sure you're on a team at work where you guys have your game plan and it's predictable, right? People don't do network marketing because it's unpredictable. Get a predictable game plan in the hands of your team and watch it explode. Because when you know what the game plan is, you'll have a conversation and you'll want to connect with more people because you're confident and you want to get a check. And when you get a check, it feeds this machine. It feeds it. It needs it. It needs confidence. And confidence comes from knowing what you're doing and getting cash. Conversations and connections turned into cash. I hope you've enjoyed the 2 C's today. It's a big part of our business, and I'd like for you to make it a big part of yours too, and I think it could change your life and change you forever. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. You have a great day.